April is Safe Digging Month. NC811 explains why it's so important to know what's below before you begin any outdoor project that involves digging, and spotlight on safety.
North Carolina 811 is a nonprofit organization. It's member-owned and operated, that our prime function is to receive excavation requests and transfer those over to the utilities who are members of our organization, so that they can come out and identify where their lines are, so that they can be avoided when that excavation takes place. The way it works is that the members who own facilities register the approximate location of where those facilities are with us. So we have, basically, can imagine layers of, if there's, let's say there's 5 utilities, each one has its own layer of mapping. On the top layer over here is the one that our CSR would use if you call in and say, I'm going to dig at 123 Main Street. They would find it on the map, and then the software drills down to say, is there a utility here or multiple utilities that may be in conflict? For all those ones who have said that they have something in the area, we would notify them with a ticket. And we would tell the excavator at that time, these are the people who are going to be notified. So it would be PwC, it might be Time Warner, Duke Energy, a gas company. That way the excavator knows exactly who's going to be notified, and they know that they have to wait the 3 full days for those folks to come out and let them know if there's a conflict or not. And then they can go ahead and proceed to dig with care after that time. There's a state statute that actually deals with underground safety and the protection of the facilities, and that law requires any excavation to be pre-noticed to the one call center, to the notification center, which is North Carolina 811. There are some exceptions to that. So a homeowner who's working on their own property, not on the right-of-ways or not encroaching on any other area that there would be the facilities, only containing private lines, they have the ability to do that without calling us. We still recommend, because most people don't know where the facilities are, and in relation to something like putting up signs or a fence or a tree or something like that, we always recommend you call us. It doesn't cost anything. The service is free to the excavators. And it's just a really important extra step for the protection of the facilities, and actually the protection of the people who are doing the excavating as well. With the exception of private lines that are not registered with us, everything from water, sewer, electric, telecommunications, gas transmission and distribution, all those types of facilities would be potentially being notified if they're in conflict with what you're doing, particularly if they're in the public right-of-way. We actually do not, private lines that are on your facility, like maybe a private gas line that's coming and going to a barbecue grill, private water lines like a sprinkler system that you may have, those are not going to be marked. You can request a private line locate for that type of activity, but our service is really for the main utilities, public utilities that are out there feeding your home, and those are your neighbors. So there's a bunch of different ways that someone can request an excavation notice from us. You can use the phone. You can dial 811. That's the national 3-digit number that in any state that you're in, if you dial 811, it will take you to that notification center in that state. Also on your phone, you can use the app. We have an application that has over 10,500 users at this point in the state of North Carolina. Through that app, you can request a single address ticket. You can also do an update of an existing ticket if your work is going to go past the time frame of the ticket, which is 15 working days. If you're a professional excavator, we highly encourage you to use our remote ticket entry, which is an online version to create the tickets yourself using the same maps that our CSRs use when they're taking a ticket. Allows you to do it 24/7. We have 65% of all of our requests that are happening in the state are going through remote ticket entry. It's just a very popular program, and we highly encourage that of professional excavators. So our website is very comprehensive. One of the things that we've done right on the main page is, depending on what kind of a stakeholder you are, if you're a homeowner versus a professional excavator. There's some guiding videos that walk you through the process. It kind of trees down and tells you, based on what it is you're trying to do, what that process would be for a very beginner or also for someone who's more experienced. That's right on the main page. There's quite a bit of educational materials on there as well. We also have a program that we do throughout the state called Pipes Plus, and this is an hour-and-a-half long training opportunity that someone can take online and get a certificate at the end of it. There's a little final exam, I think it's 100 questions at the end of it, so you get a score and a certificate that shows you've completed that training. So there's that kind of education available. There's an event calendar out there that says, these are the various things that North Carolina 811 will be attending, whether it's home shows or an agriculture day or different UCC meetings or utility coordinating committee meetings throughout the state. Just a wealth of information about safe digging and the safe digging process to help give people a clear understanding of exactly what NC811 does. April was identified as Safe Digging Month and promoted that way throughout the states. We have secured our governor's proclamation as announcing April as Safe Digging Month. As many of the states do, I think almost every state at this point has governor buy-in on the Safe Digging Month and makes a proclamation. But it's the time that people start going out and, winter is over, spring has sprung, people are going out and starting to do these projects. It's a great opportunity to re-educate anybody who's not familiar with it that there is a requirement to contact 811 before you dig for your own safety and for the safety of those facilities. So it's just a great time as a national effort is underway, and we're excited to be doing the same thing. We have a lot of different events and things that are scheduled throughout the month of April to raise awareness about it and to encourage people to call before they dig.